We're live. Where's the stream at? Or where's my chat at? Hold on. Yo, yo. Can y'all hear me? Yo, yo, yo. TGC, what's up, bro? Ugh, what's wrong with these? Am I loud enough? Yo, yo. Is that loud enough? Yo. Yo, yo. I feel like that's not. Yo, 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 yo. Ball is life is in the chat. What's up? Yeah, man. Just figured I'd hop on live, man. I wish I could get some people in here to just chat. Like, I don't know how to get Discord. I don't know how to stream this through Discord, but I guess I should have thought that through a little bit before I just pressed the live button. I feel like this is not loud. Why is my bar only going up so much? What's up with that? Yo, yo. That might be better. Let me see what we getting into. That's a good question. I'm thinking ranking. I'm thinking I need to like solidify my current rankings. I haven't really given it too much thought. But yeah, I think I have. We're gonna discuss it. Okay, yeah. Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, that's a little better. Sorry, I'm a little rusty with the live stream setups. Normally they do this for us. But yeah, man, here, let me start this way. Let me see like what maybe we can react to. Yeah, let's do that. I'm grinding for this. Have you ever been hurt in the sun? Oh, let's react to B's top 20. Let's do that. I have not watched it yet. Great idea. Let's do that. All right. Where are we at? Boom. 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 All right, where are we at, B? Oh, yeah. See, I started it. All right. Top 20. Top 20.
Hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are updating the top 20 1v1 players on YouTube. This is not a 2025 ranking. This is not a 2025 ranking. This is a all-time ranking, okay? Because
okay, that's context. That matters.
my rankings for just the year of 2025 would be totally different than the rankings that I have all time right here. So I want to make that very, very clear, and also make it very, very clear that you need 5 games to be a part of this ranking. You need 5 games to be a part of this ranking. If you don't have 5 games, you're not going to be a part of it. Merry Christmas. Hit the like button and subscribe. Love you all, and let's get to it. I'm going to give you guys logical reasons as to why I have each person where they are placed. Number 20, we're going to start from 20 on up. For number 20, we have Vern. I think Vern is it's a tough call, but I do have Vern top 20 based on him having a Traycroft win. He played Traycroft twice. He got a win in Chapter 2, Season 1 in February, or I would say late 2024. or something like that, but it was released later.
So he's got Vern at 20. I'm going to answer questions as well. If you guys have questions, let me know. Let's see the first one. Any player you feel like wasted their opportunity on TNC? I don't want to say wasted because I feel like that's just harsh. That's really harsh because, like, it takes a lot to go out there and play, and it's a lot harder than people think. But the one person I would say I expected more than, and then maybe gave a little less than I expected because I had so much respect for them as a player was probably Noah Blackwell, I would say, on the TNC side.
He beat Steez in Houston on OTD.
No shade to Noah either. He's a good player. I just think that, like, I had higher expectations.
He beat Scar right here, and he beat Left Hand Dom, who has been rising within the rankings. I know that Left Hand Dom game was in Ballers Life Creator All-Stars Season 2, I believe, but it still is a win over Left Hand Dom, who has been growing and has rapidly been becoming a fan favorite within the scene. He has some losses to Woog, Bird, and Pat, and he also has a win against Nash when the Street Stars are on their tour. But I think based on this resume,
GDA Poet, what's up, man? Appreciate you, bro.
2, 3, 4, 5-4 record. I think Vern has earned the 20th spot.
Stop leaving off.
The next person on our list is going to be Left Hand Dom. He's going to be my number 19. I'm rewarding his consistency. This year. And
this is why it's tough, though. Without weight classes, it's so tough to rank really, really accurately. Like, I don't think you can really be wrong in the rankings unless you break down every weight class. You know what I mean? Because someone like Dom that's at the top of his own weight class is going to be ranked lower than a guy that maybe is like to the lower end of their weight class or like middle of their weight class as far as winning goes. Because that person that's in a higher weight class might beat Dom, but they're not as potent in their own weight class. That's why I kind of think the ranking should be relative. And like I said, there's no wrong answer to this, I don't think, because everybody has their own perspective. But I think that we should rank based on weight classes, if I'm being honest. Like, because, you know, yeah, if Dom plays a heavyweight that loses a lot, then it's like, should he be in front of him, you know?
Previous year, Left Hand Dom has continuously gravitated towards the fans, and I think he has some really good wins on his resume. Pep, a Kill Car in pay-per-view, Trey Jefferson, Pat, one of the twins, Trevor Dunbar, Clamp Guy, D in Houston, Pat twice, and Jay with The Rock. He has some losses, though, Trey Croft, Scar, Vern, Rajon, and Zay, but I want to reward his consistency, and I want to reward his pay-per-view win.
Bro, I see behind the screen, B has all the wins and loss. Like, B put in work for this one. Mills, could we be honest? Rob may be the most overrated player in the top 5. His resume is terrible in comparison to how much heavy lifting he could. Man, I'm trying to see like what you're saying here. Could we be honest? Rob may be the most overrated player in the top 5. His resume is terrible in comparison to how much heavy lifting could we let the Zay win do? So you're saying like the Zay win is just giving him so much credence, like more than it's weighing more than like any other win that you're seeing in the top 5. Man, it's Zay's only loss, and I know it was an away game for Rob. Like, that was a really tough win for Rob because it was like an away game against an undefeated player that has beaten the other guys in the top 5. So it's tough. I don't think Rob is overrated. I think that's just like what people are going through right now when thinking about Rob. But I don't think, like, Rob is so talented. Not even like no glaze. I know you guys like to say that. He's so to me, like, he passes the eye test as like a top 3 player talent wise. I do think that he really settled in the DA game, and DA executed, and that was incredible that he came in and did what he did. I'm not taking anything away from DA, but I just think that Rob is as good as we think he is. I just truly think, and this is no slight to Rob, I think Rob is a heck of a player, but he could tighten his discipline up as far as shot selection goes to be everything that we expect him to be. You know, like in the DA game, his shot selection was what really killed him. But when you look down the list and go through Rob's like abilities, he can really guard. I would say him and LP are two of the like most talented guard defenders in the scene potentially, as far as like playing honest defense, but like high level. When guys put it on the floor, I think LP and Rob are two of the most like high level guard defenders. And then obviously we know Rob can score at a high level. So, and endurance is not really an issue. So to me, long-winded answer for this, but I don't think Rob is overrated. I think that he let the DA win slip away, and people are kind of thinking he's overrated because he didn't close that game, you know. But I don't think he's overrated. I just think he's had some rough losses this past year, you know, but let's keep listening to B.
Some people like to underrate that win. I'm going to rate it where I think I
let me know if I'm wrong there too. If anything I said, if you disagree with, let me know.
Want to rate it, and I think that win gets him a number 19 spot, and I also think his record does as well. What is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's 10-5. He's doubled his losses.
GZ, what's up, bro? Happy holidays, man. Boog versus Left Hand Down would be a great game.
But puts him slightly ahead of Vern for me, although Vern did.
How are you feeling mentally, physically, in regards to hooping, posting more, and have you kept up with the Balls Life Street Ball series? I have not seen any of the Street Ball series. I saw they started dropping it on the members. Can you let me know how that is? Like, I have not seen an episode yet. So let me know. Like, I don't even know what they put in there. So I really kind of want to watch it, but I'm feeling great mentally. I feel great. Like, I'm good. I don't even have much more to say about that. Posting more, you know, that's probably a combo for another day.
Beat him. I do think with him beating Pat twice and the rest of the wins on his resume and doubling his wins compared to his losses, I think that a number 19 ranking is fitting for left hand.
The problem with weight classes is that Nesco exists too. That's a fact, because Nesco is one of the guys that can play above weight classes. But even for Nesco, he really should be in the like, as far as how we evaluate them. It's like, if you want to play up a weight class, if you want to make that game happen, make it happen. I'm all for the cross weight classes game, but I'm just saying, like, it should be broken down into weight classes for how we think of a player. Because if Nesco is playing a 6'5" guy, like, it's just, even if the 6'5" player is a worse one-on-one player in his own class, he might be able to beat Nesco because he's just bigger or whatever the case is. So I just think they should be evaluated and ranked upon weight class. So that's all. Like, the games can still happen. You know, I'm not, if somebody wants to play a bigger player or whatever, that's fine, but
no. The next one on our list is going to be Day Day. Day Day is going to be at number 18.
Yeah, like you like that's what I was saying. Nesco, Kel, Lat, and so forth with that weight class.
Two basketball updated rankings. I think his strength of schedule alone gets him in the top 20, man. One thing about Day Day, he doesn't have any bad losses on his resume.
Height classes. When I say weight classes, I just mean, like, you know, it's really, I should say height classes, I guess.
When he loses games, it's against opponents that are well respected within the space. So I'm going to show you guys his resume real quick. He has Jay Horn, Akel Wynn, Terry Hosley, Twan, Pat, Burke, J. Lou, Dre, Mir, Nathan, Scar, Bino, Legero, Vic. And then you go to his
GZ, talk to me. How is it different from the series I posted, or in comparison? Like, I'm just curious. I have not seen a second of any of it, so I'm just kind of curious.
losses, it's Lat, it's Jordan Henderson, who's in the G League in Cincinnati, it's Zay twice, Ness, Moon, all top 5 guys.
Okay, so he has
Burke, who is
Day
well
at
respected.
18.
Eli Carter by a free throw, Lat, Mike Harden, Scoob, Kel, Rock. Like, Day is in dog fights against the top guys, right? And this game right here in particular, in my opinion, he should have won that
I
game.
think
if
this
he made
is
his free
this
throw.
is about
You know what I'm
right
saying?
here.
So Day, I'm going to put some respect on his name and respect his resume. And also, I think he's hovering around 500. He's at about 14-14 or 15-14 or something like that. You guys can look at it right here and do what you guys do. But I think Day has earned number 18.
Day is
especially
like
based
a
on
wizard sometimes
his
with the ball.
2025 run
In the triple
before
threat?
he lost to Latin Davis. Beating Hoodie Kell, beating Twan, beating Jay Horn, beating Terry Hosley. Guys like that, man, well-respected guys within the state.
He does have some good wins, and he has lost to some heavy hitters. Like, this is about fair, I think. This is
and also
the
another
high
thing
teens.
that has Day.
And another thing, like, guys might kind of be upset with like an 18th ranking or a ranked 20 or whatever, because a year ago in this scene, if you were ranked like 20 or something like that, it was almost a sign of disrespect. Whereas now it's like, it's gotten so much more competitive. Like, the top 20 is very competitive, and it'll continue to grow.
At number 18 for me is the Twan win, because Twan, if you look up Twan's resume,
Breezy, I
Lil
appreciate
Wayne's,
that, bro.
Cam, Jay Horn, Noah Blackwell. I know what's going on. This
Hey, Millie, you need to be more consistent. You're my favorite commentator in the space. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, man. I kind of gotten away from the solo content. Like I said, maybe another live we'll talk about that. I might start going live more. I don't know about posting reactions and things like that, because the landscape of the scene has just changed. But I like the lives and just chopping it up with you guys.
The reason why I say that is because
I also think maybe bringing people on for discussions would be cool too. Yeah.
because he is 7-1.
Don't want to just copy BL. It's like that's my guy. I'm not really trying to like be a massive personality in the space or anything, or like, I just like having combos, to be honest.
Right now, within his one-on-one career, with his signature wins, in my opinion, being Pat and Twan right now, I believe. Yes, Pat and Twan. The Nazim win in New Jersey was really good, because those two guys, I'm talking about Twan and Nazim, are bigger than him.
I do want to see Twan again. I do. He can win in this space, you know? Like, some people didn't like his game and style, but people respect wins. I think he could be like I think he could go like 500, maybe slightly above 500 in this space, which is very good, actually. Like, if you can be 500 in the one-on-one space, you're going to stick around. Like, you're not going to be a top guy, but it's hard to stick around in the space.
But with him having a record like that of 7-1, and the way he's been able to perform in matches where people are coming for the small guard crown, I got to give Malik a lot of credit and have him.
Yo, Millie, a couple players didn't agree with their rating because they didn't want to go on live with BLS to discuss their concerns. Yeah, I think that the one person I saw post a story was Pat. That's the only one I saw. I don't, correct me if there's more players, but first of all, I'm the first to like say I really like Pat's game, and he's really, really talented, but it just comes down to wins and losses. And like, you know, like, Pat's been very close. He almost beat Kel, you know, he is a talented player for sure, but it's really competitive. Like, he has Vern at 20, left-hand Dom at 19 so far, Day at 18. Pat just needs to keep playing, and I think he can eventually get to a point where he turns a corner and gets a few wins. But I think for now, Pat, just keep playing and just keep your head down and try not to worry about any of the rankings or anything right now. Yeah.
At number 16 for the time being. Malik at number 16.
Yeah,
The next
Pat just
person on
has
our
to
list is
finish
going to be
games. That's
Devontae
correct.
Friga. The reason why I was still having Devontae Friga in the top 15 is because of his entire
What are the chances of getting Kyle Guy on a 1v1? Right now, slim. I think he's in the G League. I think he's on a 2-way contract.
body of work. Although his 2025 wasn't as good as some people would wanted
Friga
it to
at
be, or
15?
even as he wanted it to be, you still can't put past the BJ, Nas, Tay, Moon, Burke wins. You just can't overlook them. They are really, really good wins.
He has some great wins. Like the internet moves on very, very fast. But Friga does have a good resume. He's beaten Tay, Moon. B just named some BJ. Like, if you just put it on paper, it's like, come on now.
Within this space. And although he has losses to Nas twice, Eli Carter, Moon, Bino, Simba, and Jason Rivera, I still think with the wins that he has in his resume that he deserves a top 15 nod. Devontae Friga at number 15. Next.
I need to lace my shoes again. I get the itch. I definitely get the itch.
Next person on our list at number 14 is going to be Hoodie Kell. In our previous ranking, I believe I had Hoodie Kell at number 10. I think that was in August, the last time I updated the top 20 rankings. And since
I think just to touch on the Friga thing real quick. Or actually, I'll let it go.
Kell has gone. I got to add the Mike win that he just took. So that one. So he's gone 2-2, I believe, with losses to Keon and Day, wins against Malik and Mike Harden now. And I think the way. And listen, I firmly believe Hoodie Kell is a phenomenal one-on-one player.
This is so competitive. B's got Kell at 14. Like, Kell is a volatile. Like, I feel like the opinions on him are very polarizing. He's got this, like, I think he's got like a cult fan base that really believes in him. And Kell really is like, man. Let me look at his resume, because you could make arguments for Kell around 10-ish. I might be tripping, but he's got Scoob twice. He's got Cam, Day. Dude, B went back and man, shout out B for going back and putting this all on paper. Mike Harden, Akio Carr, Nell, Nathan, Pat.
Just the way Keon, the Keon game went, and then losing to Day, I have to.
How's Friga's shoulder rehab going? Hype to see the upcoming announcement. I think it's going pretty good. I pretty much, we're in a group chat and everything, but I pretty much just see what you guys see, like, as far as I'll keep up with this channel or post or whatever. And I was watching the video that he hurt his shoulder in, and he was saying that he's going to get right this year. So, and I kind of know what he's thinking as far as that goes based on his announcement. I'm not spoiling anything here, but I think Friga is just like trying to find a spark for basketball again, low key, and the injuries have not helped. I think that may be what has kind of like stagnated him in the one-on-one space. That shoulder has given him real issues for months, and if you're not playing for months, people just move on. But I would love to. I would love to see him come back stronger. He definitely can. It's just a matter of putting in the time.
Be logical, and I have to drop.
Who is the face of TNC if you had to pick a guy? G for 3, what's up, bro? That's a good question. The face, if I had to pick one, I would just say Scotty. Like, I feel like he's put himself out there at this point, you know what I mean? So I couldn't put anybody in front of Scotty, I don't think. Even though it's, when you're asking that, I know you're kind of thinking like, who's the personality behind it? But I really don't know if you can narrow it down to one person other than Scotty. You know what I mean? Because I would say Friga, but I don't know. Yeah, I think most people would probably say Friga, maybe. I'm not sure.
drop him some. And I think being at number 14 is a perfect dropping in my opinion. You guys gonna correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna have Hoodie Kale at number 14. He was at number 10 in the previous ranking, and I seriously think the way his mentality is now, the way he said he cut out smoking, he's locked in now. He's not thinking about losing in his mind anymore. That he's gonna climb back.
Yeah, I think B's touching on Kel. Kel looks so sharp right now. The past, I want to, is it this the whole season that we filmed? So you guys saw Mike versus Kel, like, and then we went to the DMV area. This is the sharpest I've seen Kel mentally. And then I didn't know that he stopped smoking and everything. Some people can play that way, and actually, it might make some people better. I don't know the science behind that. Just hear me out. Like, some people I don't know. I personally don't, or never have played and smoked or anything, but when I heard Kel say that, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, he's really dialed in, and I thought he was like intense and dialed in before, but he's more focused now, which is like kind of crazy because he's just an intense dude. Like, he's just kind of an intense guy.
Up in my ranking, so I'm gonna keep Hoodie Kale number 14 for the time being. At number 13, we're going to have Mad Dog Bruce.
Number 13, Bruce. Very respectable. Bruce has a good resume, has put in work, and I like his skill set. I like how he guards. I like his IQ a lot. I just think he's like, he gets it, and he keeps it simple. I like Bruce at 13. And again, that's competitive. Like, 13, people are just like, you're ranked 13th. Like, no, this is a different era. It's hard to be 13 now.
This ranking, I believe Mad Dog was number 9 for me. But
Walgus, what's up, brother?
He has taken a few L's.
That is your guy.
Let's run down his resume real quick. Isote, obviously, you got
Definitely
Fonzie,
had
Bones,
a good
Kobe,
Christmas.
Chris, Walt, Simba, Smooth, Giovanni, Doc, Rod, J Lockett.
You as well, bro.
Dio, Wally, Wani. Just played Wani on Baller's Life. Scotty Lewis, Kyrie Walker, Bino. He has a great win against Bino.
Bruce has a heck of a resume.
And Perk. But since I've updated the resumes, he has taken losses to Greg.
What happened to Simba? Does anybody know where Simba went? And Walt?
103, Lamar Peters, and Zay via pay-per-view. So I had to drop him some, and I think 13 is a solid ranking for Bruce right now.
You know what I'm curious? I'm curious where B has Lamar.
Because with the win against Wani and the wins that he's going to continue to build, and he's going to have another pay-per-view opportunity, I'm guessing, that he could build back up his resume and get back to where he was before at that number 9 overall ranking. But
Lamar is the toughest rank for me. When I think about it, it's the toughest rank.
Right now, I have Bruce at number 13. At number 12, I'm going to have Isote. Now, Bielis.
Wow.
Why is Isote ahead of Bruce, etc., etc.? The reason why I have Isote ahead of Bruce is because, one, he's beaten him twice, and I believe him and Bruce have the same amount of losses this year. So if they're going to have the same amount of losses this year and Bruce didn't clearly edge him in terms of the year that he had, I'm going to give Isote the 9 because head-to-head, him and Bruce, Isote has a 2-0 lead over Bruce. Now, if it was just 1-0, we could have a different conversation.
Cool seeing the Street Stars go back on tour. Love when they're all together. Just need Trey Croft. Yeah, I knew Trey was very talented. I've played against Trey, and when we went to Bama, and obviously I saw his first game on the internet against Clamp. So I know how talented Trey was, and like he really started to understand the one-on-one game, and like he really gained that quickly. I think from being around like guys like Nas and Scoob and stuff like that, he really evolved how to play the one-on-one game and how to win consistently in it, because you can be talented but not really understand those nuances and experience. Like the experienced players win, but Trey was starting to combine like his scoring ability with like a higher level one-on-one IQ, and then he went overseas. He's playing at a really respectable level, I think, in France.
Conversation. But being that it is 2-0, and if you run down ISO Tay's resume, Keyshawn
Where you playing at, G?
Nori Fredo, he beat Bino as well.
I really don't. I have not spoken to Burke. I don't know exactly how his recovery is going. I see it on Instagram from time to time, so it looks like it's going well, and he's been consistent. So it's just a matter of time. But his first game back will be fun to watch. Like, that's a big injury, man. That was. We got a story. We got to like make an intro for him and everything for that, because that was a man. I remember when he dislocated his knee. I thought, like, from the commentating table, I thought his bone was out of his, like, broke the skin. So it was just, I was like shocked for 20 seconds, and then I walked over there and saw, it was obviously dislocated and torn, and it was a gruesome injury. So it's not easy to come back from, but he will come back from it.
Just like Bruce did. Island Boy Q, Virgil, Mike Harden, Jason, Josh Treadwell, Owen. These are all city events. And then,
oh my gosh, Trey Croft and Keon is a amazing game. Honestly, as much as I just said about Trey and love his game, I would go with Keon, because I think Keon is really, 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 really good at one-on-one. Like, I don't know. It's going to be really tough to beat him. I don't think he'll lose for a while. I really don't. I know the twos, and, he was going under screens, and, the twos were not a good look for him, but in one-on-one, Keon is going to be undefeated for a while, I think.
he also has a moon win. I'm going to keep ISO Tay slightly above Bruce.
You can't go wrong, though. Trey is a great, great player.
But if Bruce next year has a phenomenal year and he edges Tay in terms of the year that he has in 2026, and it isn't as comparable, then I'm going to give Bruce the nod. But for right now, going into 20,
Dev, I don't think that Moon will ever get the credit that I think he deserves. I don't think he will, just because, if I'm being honest, I think it's because of how his game looks. Like, I just think that people can't get over the eye test with Moon, like high-level guys, They just can't. They look at the way he plays and is like, that's not really what I'm used to seeing at a high-level guys, or whatever the case is. But are we judging him off of his one-on-one ability or the eye test skill set, Like, Moon is equivalent to, say a guy was going to the NFL, bear with me, and he was in the 40-yard, he's running the 40-yard dash, he's doing all the combine things. Somebody is better than him at the combine things, outperforms him in every, like, category in the combine, and Moon outplays them in the game. Moon is a gamer, and people love the eye test. People love skill, and they don't like the guy that doesn't run the 4.340 or has the 45-inch vert. Like, but Moon wins, and he beats the guys that are combine guys, So that's why he's underrated.
Number 11 on my list is going to be BJ. The more C4 dominates, the better
Shadow
that
Boo,
win
what's up, bro?
is going to
Chill
look
life, what's
for
up?
BJ. I'm telling you right now, man. So you got C4, Ray Q, Josh from New Jersey. You got a Frigolo, Scotty Lewis, beat Scotty Lewis, Draco, and a C4L. But the thing is with BJ, man, on his...
Hey, Mills, do you think Sydney from Frigga Fam could come back and get a revenge tour? I think that I think like maybe Sydney versus Twan would be a solid game, like give them, I think they both need a game of that caliber and then just work up the ranks, so maybe Sydney versus Twan. I mean, they kind of make sense height, weight wise, body stature. I think that'd be a good game for both of them.
That's why I have him at number 11 right now instead of inside that top 10 is because of activity. BJ kind of pops in. He plays like 1 or 2 1.
Dev, you're right. Scoob is really similar. And that's why Scoob kind of gets overlooked the same way Moon does. Like, I've said this before, I think in the ABC Live, Scoob is consistently the underdog in every game. And he wins. And Moon too. Like, they are in the same category though. You're right.
Ones a year. But what I will say, the more
It. Dev said so. Is so is it about skill or wins? Because what is the argument about resume for? I'm just telling you what people like. Why higher level guys or like, say a pro watches the scene, they might not have the full utmost respect for Moon. For me, I try to like I look at the one-on-one like IQ and the ability to win against people that are more skilled than you. We shouldn't rate people based off how skilled they are. You know what I'm saying? Because if we're doing that, D Bones is probably top 5. I mean, he's 6'6" with pace, a handle, a jumper. Like he's like a prototypical basketball player. But and I love Bones. You know, he's not there with the top guys because of his one-on-one IQ and endurance and all these other things that come into play. So, skill set is a way to win, but like I rank the guys based off of actually how good they are in a one-on-one setting. So it's hard for me to not have Moon in my top 5. It's just hard. But a lot of guys are like reluctant to put him there because of the eye test.
C4 is successful, the more BJ is going to stay.
I'm telling you that's why. Like, I'm positive of it. And I would love to have conversations with somebody, maybe like a pro that watches the scene that can't put Moon there. And I know that's why they can't put him there. I know that's why.
Right there. But he's going to have to be more active in 2026 for me to keep him there. 2 to 3, 4 one-on-ones. I think that is going to either boost BJ up if he continues to win or keep him at the same spot that he's in, depending on the opponents that he plays. But I think BJ, I forget what his previous ranking was for me in the previous ranking.
So we got BJ at 11. Wow. This is tough. I mean, it's just loaded. You think we'll see Nathan, D'Allen, Fomby back on TNC in 2026? If I had to guess, I'd probably say no. I've seen D'Allen's stories. He seems to want to get into it a little bit. We could see D'Allen. Fomby, I don't know what the relationships are like, or like I know there was some issues as far as Fomby's effort, and I don't know what the status is there. And then Nathan, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Good question.
But I think BJ at number 11 is perfect right now based on what your guys are about to see for the next 10 guys. Starting off our top 10, we're going to have Latin Davis. And the reason why I have Latin Davis in the top 10 right now is because he is a Cam So Smooth 10-0 run away from being undefeated in pay-per-views. I think this guy is phenomenal. I think the Reese win was a good one. He beat Day twice, once in Michigan and once in pay-per-view 30-20. And he has a Keyshawn win, a Saint win, a Moo win. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, well, Lad ain't playing. He's doing what I think Lad is doing exactly what he is supposed to be doing right now. Winning in dominant fashion and putting on displays that
BL's for sale in their prime. Who you got? Oh, man. Man, I think like if I were to break down their games, like B, he can just shoot it, but Cell can guard. I can't call. I genuinely can't call it. If I had an answer, I would give you one.
Are really getting people
50-50.
to gravitate towards.
I also haven't seen Cell in his prime, but I know that he was very good.
Going to be in my top 10 right now. And like I said,
He's
he is
still
a
good,
Cam
honestly.
So Smooth 10-0 run away from being undefeated in the 1v1 space. Latin Davis, number 10. For our number 9 spot, we have Cam So Smooth. He did drop a little bit for me after the Moon loss.
He had Tariq. Gotcha. I remember watching that game. He did beat Tariq, but I think that was the only thing B messed up on this whole thing, so fair enough.
But man, he is still a phenomenal player to me. I think what he was able to do in 2025, going 2-1 in pay-per-views, keeps him inside the top 10. I do. I think him going 2-1 in pay-per-views, having a winning record in pay-per-views, keeps him inside the top 10. He lost to a top 5 guy, in my opinion, in
This is
Moon.
so tough.
And as a result, I dropped him a little bit, but I'm not going to drop him outside of the.
This is hard to do because, like, how do you weigh, like, I don't think there's really a wrong answer. I could make arguments for guys being lower and higher. I could make arguments for everyone. That's why I wish we could, like, collectively come up with some kind of, like, formula to where if I beat this guy, I get this many ranking points. That may be a bad idea. I'm just thinking out loud. But, like, say I go beat Zay. I should get, since he's, like, unanimously a tier 1 player, I get this many ranking points, and then it's kind of added up at the end of the year. That would also encourage guys to play more. I don't know. Like, what if there was a certain amount of one-on-one players that we acknowledged as legitimate one-on-one players within the scene? Say we had 40 total. And then guys were placed in tiers. So like a tier 5 player, if you beat him, it might be worth 1 ranking point. I don't know. That may be a good idea, maybe a bad one. I'm just kind of thinking of how we can get on the same, like, to where it's like, okay, this is his ranking because this is our system. And based on the system, this is what he earned. This is the spot he earned. I like rankings. I just want them to be more definitive. You know, like, at least in college football, when you see Bama at 9, we just all accept that they're 9, you know? I hate how much discussion there is around rankings. I think the discussion's good, and I think, like, B doing this is good. That's not what I'm saying, but I just wish we could collectively get to a point to where it's like, this is your ranking, period, and everybody knows it. It's not, oh, no, he should be higher or lower, and nobody's right or wrong, you know? Like, I think at some point we have to move on from that.
Top 10 for that. He dropped some, but I keep him inside the top 10. Cam So Smooth at number 9. Number 8 on our list is going to be Lamar Peters. All right. He has been building his one-on-one resume since losing to Uncle Scoob in the pay-per-view. But the reason why I have him right here at number 8 is that I want to see him build his resume even.
What do you think about the whole backcourt YouTube channel bashing Tay? I feel like it's corny. I saw one thing. I saw a clip of that, and I guess they were saying, like, he's not ISO Tay anymore. He's just Tay. I don't know them. I guess they're just kind of trolling. It's fine with me. Obviously, I like Tay. I don't like seeing stuff like that, but it's like, it's kind of just banter, you know. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I don't necessarily like it, but I really respect the players that are playing, and this is not even a backcourt. Like, I'm not hating on them for bashing Tay or whatever. Like, it's whatever. But I like having respect for the players and not really, like, going too hard on them in that kind of way, because it's like, it's not easy to step out there, put your rep on the line, have the chance to get embarrassed. Like, it takes a lot to get in front of that and play. It really does. Like, there's a lot of pressure on these guys, whether they try to minimize the pressure or not. I know because I've experienced that pressure. And it's just, guys might try to act like it doesn't exist or kind of, you know, trying to cope, but I like to respect the man in the arena. You know, that's my only thing.
More. I've been hearing rumblings of a big one-on-one brewing for him, and I think that can really help him in his case in terms of resume building.
They think B is biased. I mean, I think everybody, I think I could create an argument for everyone to be biased. Can we agree on that? I mean, you have biases as a human. I promise you, like, if you put someone in front of me on a screen and we're conversating, I can give you bulletin points as to why they're biased towards whoever. So people like to say that when it, you know, it doesn't really pertain or doesn't really agree with their way of thinking, but I think we're all biased. I really do.
But what I will say is that pound for pound, we already know LP is one of the best players in this.
And I also think that that's okay. That's like human, isn't it? Like people, people try to. I don't think that we should create opinions based off of, for example, if someone is on the OTD and Balls Life side and I'm on the TNC side, if I were to just hate on the OTD and Balls Life players, I think that is a form of like unfair biasness or like something that shouldn't exist. I think that shouldn't exist. And I do think that goes on. I don't think B does that though. I really don't. I know he actually goes out of his way to be, I think sometimes he overcompensates because he gets the biased comments, if I'm being honest. I don't think B's biased at all. I really don't. Like, I think he overcompensates because he's called biased at times, actually.
Space off pure skill, size, speed, shot making, etc., etc. We already know what's going on with LP in terms of that. But I want to pay respect for the players ahead of them.
Yo, Roy is a problem. Roy's a problem. Nobody wants to. Telling you, nobody wants to play Roy.
Ahead of him specifically, that have built their resumes over the years.
What's my top 10? I might give it after this. My thought process isn't bulletproof for it, but I'll give a top 10 after this.
I gotta be respectful to those guys as well who are
he has
skilled,
Lamar
can
at
go
8?
as well. So we're gonna have Lamar Peters at 8, and once he continues to build his resume in this one-on-one space, we'll move him up or move him down depending on what happens. Lamar Peters at number 8. At number 7 on our list, we're gonna.
I agree, Vance. I agree. He said we got to differentiate between bias, banter, trolling, etc. I agree. I think, again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I think that like if I'm on the TNC side and I'm like deliberately, consistently sending shade to the OTD Balls Life side, I think that is kind of lame. I think that's lame. But as far as having an opinion on a player, if I truly think something about a TNC player or a OTD or a Balls Life player, people are gonna call you biased if it all lines up. Like if I'm talking about a TNC player, people are just gonna call me biased probably if they don't agree with that or see it the same way because I'm on the TNC side. But I think that's just something people do when they're kind of frustrated. They're just like, you're biased. It's like, all right, cool.
Go Caleb Huffman. The reason why we're going to have Caleb Huffman slightly above Lamar Peters and at number 7 is because of the quality of his wins. Although he has a small resume, he is eligible with 5 games. His quality of wins is very good. The ISO-Tay win 30-6 was a statement. You know that and I know that. And the BJ win in pay-per-view as well. So Caleb Huffman is 2-0 in pay-per-views. And he also has a Scotty Lewis win and a Draco win. I think C4 has top 2, top 1 talent just like Lamar Peters. I do. But these two guys specifically need to build their resumes slightly even more and get more opportunities in the 1v1 space. As I said before, I'm going to continue to respect the guys that have built their resume over the years with quality wins. But C4 and Lamar Peters specifically, you better be on the lookout in 2026 for those two guys. On the BIL OTD side and on this TNC side, these two guys are two people that you better have your eyes on, man. C4 at number 7. Now, for number 5 and number 6, I'm doing those two players together because they are very, very, very close in terms of ranking. This is the closest ranking out of anybody in the group. And I'm not mad at you if you have Scoob at number 5 and Moon at 6. I'm not mad at you if you, it's just tough for me with these two guys. But in my previous ranking, I had Scoob at number 6.
You can't be wrong with the rankings, especially when we get to like this area, this 4, 5, 6 area, because Nesco, Moon, Scoob, there can be strong arguments made for wherever you want to place them, I think. So it's kind of just everybody has their own opinion. I wish there was a ranking that was just like, this is his ranking. This is a fact. Like if Moon was 5, like this is this is a 5 and it's acknowledged by everybody. Now you might disagree with it or whatever, but whether you like it or not, that's a fact. He's 5. I wish that existed, like a certified ranking.
6, I had Moon at number 5, and neither one of them lost for me to.
Dev, I appreciate you, bro.
Like, what the hell
I might go live more often. Yeah, we'll see.
Going on for me to switch them
Scoob
or for me
at
to
6
move
is
them in my opinion.
insanity.
I think Uncle Scooby is a 2025 player.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so with Nesco, he beat Scoob twice, and Scoob hasn't beat Nesco. So some people use the logic like he beat you twice, you can't be in front of him. That's sound logic. But also, Scoob has the best pay-per-view record and strength of schedule and performances of anybody in the scene. So how heavy does that weigh? Like, you could easily make if somebody said Scoob was 3, I'm not disagreeing. If somebody said Scoob was 6, I'm not disagreeing, because it's like there's sound logic for both. Like, in the scene, like, we can date when some of these games have happened like 2 years ago. So it's like, I kind of wish there was like a season, and again, there was just a ranking that was universal and some kind of committee or system that gave guys a ranking. And that was it. Because the discussions, it's like, you go into Discord and it's like everybody's got an opinion. So it doesn't really mean anything. Like, what anybody has anybody, you know? Like, my top 10 doesn't matter, because somebody is going to agree with it, somebody's going to disagree with it and make their own list. So who really cares? Like, it's really just kind of like, we're at the point where, in my opinion, the opinion rankings don't work anymore. We need to move on. We got to move on from that somehow and really make a universal, like, factual ranking.
Of the year for the ABC crew, Moon was the runner-up, beating Eli Carter.
But I mean, if you want to make rankings, this is one of the more useful videos you can watch, because B put all the games on the screen. Like, he's definitely adding to the discussion. Like, he went through all the games and has wins and losses, so at least you can make a really sound opinion.
Cam and Nesco via pay-per-view, and Uncle Scoob has wins over Lamar Peters, Rob, and Frank Nitti. But the reason why I couldn't switch them, although some of you may have Uncle Scoob wins being slightly more potent, is because Moon beat Nesco this year and Uncle Scoob lost to Nesco this year. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't really move it at all.
Somebody said, translation, when Millie says we'll see to posting more, it means we'll see more from him again in 8 months.
And also, the 2 Hoodie Kill games for Scoob, although they are old, Moon does still have 2 Hoodie Kill wins. If you go down the resume right here, you got a Cam win, ISO Tay loss, I see that as well. Him and Scoob are 1-1. Him and Frigga are 1-1. And I just think these 2 guys, Scoob has a Zay loss, Moon, Ness, Kel twice, D Bones, Eugene German, Terry Hosley, Jay Smooth, Rob, whatever the case may be.
Eugene would come in here and shake all this up, just like Lamar did.
In my opinion, I think these 2 are very close in ranking. I am not angry with you if you have Scoob at 5 or Moon at 5. One
thing I do love about Scoob, though, is he's never really been picking and choosing his matchups. He's from day one, he's been the same. You know, like I remember watching his videos 5 years ago, and he's really the same guy. I respect that. Like, he's not, he'll still play anybody, and he's kind of like stayed truest to his roots, which is pretty cool. Just a little observation.
Completely preference. But for me, I couldn't change either one of them because they're both 3-0 in pay-per-views. They're both 3-0 in pay-per-views, with one guy beating Lamar and Rob and Frank Nitti, and then the other guy beating Cam So Smooth in his hometown and Nesco, and like how I can't. I just couldn't flip-flop either one of them. I just kept them at the same position that they are. It's like splitting hairs. At the end of the day, I would just like to see these 2 check up, because they're 1-1 right now, and the third game between these 2 guys would definitively tell you who's above who. For number 4, we still going with Nesco. Nesco remains as my number 4, man. He had a phenomenal year, only losing to really Moon via pay-per-view. I know him and Ty Lawson had controversial things, but I cannot definitively put Nesco below Moon or Scoob because he is up on both of them. I just can't do it. He's up 2-1 on Moon, and he's up 2-0 on Scoob.
Oh, that's filthy.
A tough game winner live off, obviously, but on Moon, and he's up.
This is filthy. Slip.
2-0 on Scoob.
Oh, the invert tween spin.
Scoob missing a tough game winner live off, obviously, but I cannot put Ness below those two guys or below any of these guys in this list because of that. Let's just run the resume down really quickly. You got Scoob twice, Trey Croft 3 times, Moon twice, Kel, Fambi, Nate, Dede, Cam, Fambi again, Terry Hosley, Scar twice, Hezzy guy, Makai.
Nesco started on the scene kind of like Zay did. He was just beating guys that really could go.
Richard, the 2 CB losses, which is probably his worst losses for him.
So, like, with Nesco, for example, I feel like I already said this, but, like, Nesco, Scoob, Moon, it's really just a toss-up for those guys. And not even really, because you could really say Scoob is, like, you could really make an argument for him as, like, how is he not top 3? Like, for real, because he plays everybody. His strength of schedule is the toughest overall. He's had some really close losses, the ones that he did lose, and beating Lamar, beating Nitty, beating Rob, all back-to-back in big moments. Like, so, it's just tough because you can't disagree if somebody says Scoob is top 3.
Zay lost J.O. Bird. I mean, bro, like, he's top 4. He's top 4 for me. And the reason why, obviously, the Moon pay-per-view game is extremely valuable. It's extremely valuable.
All right, let's get to. He's got Zay at 3, Rob at 2,
is a bad
and Nas at 1. That's a lot of green. That is a lot of green. Oh, man. Great work, B. That's great work right there. Oh, man. I mean, I think it's solid. Like, again, could you make arguments against everybody? Yeah, but he made some really sound arguments. I feel like at least B stayed sound with his logic, you know? Like, for example, he said Nesco, I can't put Moon or Scoob against Nesco because Nesco's up on both of them. If that's how you want to go, if that's, how you want to go approach it, then just keep it consistent through the rankings. But I want to see the space get to weight height classes broken down and then definitive rankings that are created somehow by, I don't care if it's a committee, I don't care if it's a system to where, at the start of the year, it's a clean slate, and based off of what tier of opponent you beat, you get points towards that. So whatever it is, I hope we can like move to a factual ranking system, because there's so much discussion around it, and it'll never, I like answers, and there will never be a definitive answer for, it's just an ongoing discussion, but but yeah, man. Any final questions? You ask me whatever, state of the community. Ask me anything, man. Could be non-basketball related, whatever. Probably close out in about like 10 minutes. Don't really didn't even plan to go live. I just kind of wanted to come chop it up with you guys. I kind of like just talking to the chat. I know it's probably a lot better for y'all if I have things on the slate, but kind of just like hopping on and freestyling. Appreciate you, Breezy. Definitely appreciate that. I think one thing we can agree on right now, I think everybody can agree on this one thing right now. Nas is one. I think Nas is he's one right now. He deserves that right now. Like, I think this is the first time where, as a community, we can agree on that. I hope. You're top 10, Millie Kensley. I'm 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 top 5. Don't try me. No, I'm just playing. Uh, what's Friga's big reveal? I can't hit his reveal, but it's cool and it will it'll be beneficial for the space. I'll say that. That's pretty vague. I agree with Nas being 1. I don't agree with Rob being top 4 though. His resume doesn't compare. Hmm. So yeah, I mean, if you look at the resume specifically, I could see where you're coming from, I guess. Um, yeah, I mean, the Zay win means a lot, but I see where you're coming from. He has less games. I think that's where you're coming from. Nesco versus Lat, what a game. My gosh. That's like a Cam and Moon matchup, like 50-50 type. I guess I'd have to just roll with Lat, right? TNC. I love Rob, but when I look at the difference amount of players Nas have played and one, he's one right now. Yeah, Nas is one right now for sure. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna close out the live. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I may start going live a little bit more frequently and having like more defined discussions. Today I just hopped on and chopped it up, really. But appreciate you guys. Hope you all have a safe new year. Probably won't see you before then. Yeah, be safe, man. Enjoy the night. Happy holidays. I will see y'all when I see y'all.